Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.
All right, welcome to the Renegade Rundown with your host Shay on this fellow Tuesday as I'm joined by my fellow host, Mr. Kenny Galloway. Kenny, how are you doing on today? We have a lot to get into on this show.
Man, yes, we do, man. The big draft news, big things is happening. I'm proud of my team today. I will hold off on why I'm so proud of them, particularly today. But yeah, man. I mean, hey, draft came and was a beautiful time. Let us know some of your thoughts on how the draft was for you, being in person.
Well, yeah, like the draft, an amazing experience. It was literally worth all the hype. I mean, the city of Pittsburgh really put its foot in it, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Regarding the NFL draft. Like that to me was the best draft that not only will I most likely ever attend,
Mhm.
but as well as to ever be on television. And I'm not just tooting the horn here because they're the Steel City and I'm obviously a Steeler fan, but that the NFL draft, this past draft, just showed me and everyone else how important the sport of football, American football, is to the city of Pittsburgh. And it was just such an amazing experience. I enjoyed it. I had fun. It was multiple revenues, multiple companies around Pittsburgh, some companies that even though I've been out here for about 3 years, I didn't even know about.
Wow.
But they were able to market themselves and and ensure that after that event that I would know about and plan on visiting down the road. But overall, I would love to do it again. Whether it's Pittsburgh, whether it's DC, which is going to be at next year or elsewhere, I would definitely recommend that. 10 out of 10.
Hey, that's great. I mean, I seen that you met the reporter, Aditi.
Aditi,
Oh
yeah,
gosh, I was like, when I seen that, I was like, oh my, she's in the mix. I mean, that's big time
yeah,
stuff. I watch her on ESPN and stuff like that all the time. So that was beautiful to see. You know what I'm saying? Like just reporters just all being able to not feeling so guarded. Some people
right.
you meet they be so guarded they don't back up. All like that. The fact that she was so you know in the mix with you. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
interacting with the fans. But
yeah,
see, that's
that's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely beautiful, but that's what it's about. And
Yes,
she definitely shown that within her presence there. I'm
yes,
glad I did go day one because that
yes,
would have never happened, that moment.
yeah,
But it's an amazing experience. Like we had like a 5 minute conversation, 2 5 minute conversation. Just introducing myself. Obviously, she knew I was someone who was into sports and a content creator because I actually had my mic on. I couldn't get content with her because she had her own thing to do. It was just
yeah,
so much, but
a lot.
the
Yeah,
experience of just watching her report, um that picture though, we wasn't even supposed to be standing on there. It
wow,
was her, yeah, it was her idea for us to stand on there.
wow.
And I didn't realize how tall, like, I can really be compared to a lot of women until I stood next to her. And I'm like, yo, the TV really make you look tall. Like it made her look like my height,
Yeah.
and I'm not that tall.
Mm,
But she was just so welcoming. She gave me a hug. Like she hugged me. I thought I was gonna get starstruck and hug her, but she actually hugged me.
that's great.
So to be able to have that experience, along with meeting other Steeler fans, along with networking and all these things, and interacting with other fans, which content that I have not yet posted, I understand that. Between here, there, a fitness page. Please bear with me. I'm definitely gonna be posting that sometime this week. But
Great.
it was just great. Like meeting her, meeting other fans, interacting. The stage was beautiful. I mean,
Yeah,
it was just beautiful.
yeah,
And I just feel like, it's not something that you should complain about. It
Yeah,
was definitely going to be a packed event because hello, it's the NFL draft, it's the
yeah.
NFL, you're in a football town, welcome to Pittsburgh, right? But
Pittsburgh.
being in that presence, seeing her do her thing, even with all the loudness, and seeing how reporting is done, I definitely took notes visually. I didn't have my notepad with me, so I couldn't take it physically, but I definitely remember some things and took some tips. And well, yeah, and watching her, meeting her, greeting her, it was amazing. Not only was I able to meet her, but I was able to meet other personalities as well.
Amazing. Amazing. Hey, I always say there's nothing wrong with having boots on the ground, man. At the stadium and being in the mix. For me, on watching it on TV, I got the same feel. I could feel the energy pouring through the screen, man. You could feel it like, oh no, this is like if I wasn't from Pittsburgh, I'd be like, oh no, this is a football town right here. You can
Definitely.
feel it.
As much as they
So
love their
sweet.
Penguins,
Yeah, yeah.
as
As
much
much
as
as
I
they love
love the
it,
Penguins, but
yes, yes,
still don't compare. And that's
no,
crazy because
yeah,
everyone loves Sidney Crosby, but
yes, yes. Something about
everyone
football.
but Philly.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's just something about football, man. In this city, in this town, in this state, actually, it's just something about football, man. It brings everybody together, man. It's one of those things where even if y'all rivals, at the end of the day, you respect each other because it's all about football, and you leave it all out on the field, man. And
That part.
I loved what I visually seen from watching it. Um, I love the stage was beautiful. Backstage, them walking through, man. I mean, they laid it out. Pittsburgh did a phenomenal job. Shout out to the construction guys and all the people in the NFL, whoever was working on all this, man. Shout out to you guys because y'all gave exactly what the draft was supposed to feel like a once in a lifetime type of event. And that's what it felt like. It felt like I was watching a once in a lifetime event, and we're never going to see it again, and it's
Not
never going
on
to
that
be at this
level.
level again, and all that. And I'm telling you, man, it was beautiful. It was beautiful watching it. We got to shift gears. That was the pleasantest part of this
Yes.
portion. I guess. I mean, let's start with the first round pick for you. Let's start there. Were you
Yes.
shocked in the first round pick that we took, and what letter grade would you give it?
Um. Well, I'm shocked with with the way the position was set up, with the way they were set up to have to take that. Obviously, they wanted wide receiver first, so did I. You know who I wanted, but the Titans took him.
Of
My
course, yeah.
second pick was taken by the Cowboys, so we couldn't really do that. But Makai Lemon, Jordan Tyson was also up there on that list, and I was not happy when Philly pretty much took the Steelers' chain and traded up with division rivals. I'm still trying to process what the Cowboys thought they were getting out of handing them a wide receiver, another wide receiver, as if they're not trying to pretty much leave AJ Brown. I mean, not AJ Brown, correct me, Devontae Smith in taking on handicap matches weekly, right? But the Cowboys letting Philly pretty much swap with them just allowed Philadelphia to come and take Makai Lemon, who was on the phone with the Steelers when the Eagles did that. So I think them doing that, they had to get some type of bounce back, and they had to take a tackle, especially with the way that the Broderick Jones situation is playing out, which is not looking like good news, unfortunately, because he's actually becoming one of my favorite players. I have a lot of faith in him. Hopefully, he recovers well, and this is not career threatening or injuring. I mean, or ending injury here, but obviously you're the Steelers and you're competing in a division like the AFC North, in a conference like the AFC, where pretty much heavyweights, not only on the defensive line but the offensive line, and overall in offense, you're gonna have to have your O line as healthy and protective as possible, and you can't have that with your left tackle you kicking off the season and your left tackle who missed practically the entire season last year out again. So they had to take that pick at the 21st spot because they just they had to be cautious. They had to be cautious, and there was still other wide receiver talent there, but obviously the best was already off the board. But
Mm.
they did make up for it when they did trade it up with the Colts, swap spots with the Colts, and they did take Jeremy Bernard. So I'm definitely a fan of that pick. I'll say he kind of resembles Juju just a little bit, but just with, better hands and better route running. And he's very fast. So I just feel like he will be a perfect fit for the role that most likely he's going to be playing next to Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf, along with Pat Fryer moving them guys.
I like it. I like the I do like the receiver pick. I do. I struggle with the first round pick just because of
I did too a little, and then I read his stats.
yeah,
And I'm
and
like,
that's what I had to do. I was like, let me calm down, let me breathe, because I ain't gonna lie, I was on live stream at the time when it
right,
happened, and I had a very, let's say, bad reaction at first because I'm just so heated because of what happened with McCollum. I'm like you.
right.
When that McCollum thing, when that happened, I was so mad.
Imagine seeing it in person as a Steelers fan in
I already
Pittsburgh.
know it. I already know it was terrible being
It
in
was
the
just a
building.
terrible experience, but Philly's gonna pay for that one.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We gotta see, and then Jerry too. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, we gotta come
Oh
see you.
no, I'm not worried about the Cowboys. They're gonna get theirs indefinitely
Yeah, I just want to say,
because
oh my
you
God.
just
Yeah,
basically, and I'm actually glad we're circling back to the Cowboys because I would just love to say in advance, congratulations. You just handed the Philadelphia Eagles something that you could not afford. Another NFC East division title.
dummies. It was just dumb to me. You
And possibly the playoff berth in your entire division.
yes,
Congratulations. Only
congratulations.
you will help your division rivals. That's like the Browns or the Ravens helping the Steelers,
Trying to call us on the
or the Bills and the Jets helping the Patriots.
yeah.
Why would you why?
Yeah, it was like when the Bills traded with the Chiefs for the Chiefs to get Xavier Worthy. I said, why would you do that, Buffalo, when you needed Xavier Worthy? You needed a
That part.
receiver, and you moved to help the Chiefs. Talking about the team that
Who
always beat
knocked you
you,
out?
who
Who
always beats
knocked
you in
you
the
out?
playoffs. You went to
Right.
like that's my thing. Like I'm just be wondering about teams. I'm like, are y'all not think like, is y'all brain not work? What's going on? Because there's no way we helping Baltimore out. We're not helping out the Bengals, and we damn sure not helping out the Browns. None of
I
them guys.
mean, the Browns wouldn't be really anything no matter how much anyone helps them
Yeah,
out at this
my
point.
thing is this: we wouldn't even accept the call. We hanging up. Well, who?
That part.
Bye. Get off my phone. You don't.
That part.
I said this when it happened. I said I hope Mekhi Lennon for the next 15 years averages 10 catches, 150 yards, and 2 tubs on him every game. I hope he
I'm
go crazy
afraid.
on them. I hope he go
But
crazy
see,
because
here's
that
but
was so
here's the question though. Even though it's rumored that AJ Brown is to be traded by June 1st
yeah.
deadline, right, to the Patriots,
First,
but
yeah. Uh-huh.
what if AJ Brown doesn't get traded? Dallas. What if AJ Brown doesn't get traded?
You got a
And
problem.
you with only Caleb Downs and another DB, you gotta take on Devontae Smith, possibly AJ Brown if he doesn't get traded, Makai Lemon, and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
People forgetting about that.
And they got Wicks from Green Bay. So they got another receiver. Like they got so many weapons. Like they didn't let them get too like weapons now. And then they got the tight end now. They draft. It's like, bro, y'all have let Philly in one offseason flip their whole fortunes based off of Howie Roseman doing what he do. You know,
Yeah,
but back to the Stiller pick. I mean, listen, that tackle.
it was a solid pick.
It's now that I look at it, it's like, you know what? I don't hate it as much as I did with initially.
We hated the scenario because of what
Yes,
happened, and unfortunately,
yes,
he got the wrath of that.
yes, he
But
did.
what people don't get over 4 to 5 years in the league, and you only give up 4 sacks, that's pro like numbers.
It's
Like if that was an NFL career, right?
yeah.
Even last year, he only gave up 4 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
4 sacks, right? So when you think about that, That's like Pro Bowl like numbers, all pro
Yeah,
numbers. If that was like a year in the NFL, he would be a first team all pro right now.
yeah, yep.
Or at least a second team.
Like I said, the kid can play. I mean, he can play. So I'm gonna give him his credit for sure. He can play. Um,
I
but
mean, think about it this way. A lot of people wasn't happy when David DeCastro got drafted. A lot of people wasn't
that was crazy.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people were not happy about what's his name? McCormick to a
yeah,
certain extent.
yeah.
So you got to think about that. Some people weren't happy about Broderick Jones, and now they're begging for him to come back.
Yes, they are.
So, I guess they know what they're doing. When I trust Omar Khan because this is arguably on paper the best offensive line we had in the past 5 years
That's about to say
since
that,
the
that line.
Killer Bees.
That line.
So,
Sheesh.
yeah, but look at all the picks.
Yeah.
It's an rarity that we're looking at someone on the offensive line and saying, I have no faith in you. That's the first time we could say that in years. And
Yes.
they're all his picks. So I'm
Yeah.
not really worried about that. That's not my concern. And I feel with the run game with Waddle and Dwaddle, it would definitely it'll play out. It'll play out. They got time.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just get to it. Let's rip this band-aid off and let's get to it. Drew Allar.
Yeah.
Took a quarterback in the third round, y'all. Drew Allar from Penn State. Folds more clothes than somebody sitting in a laundromat all day. I'm gonna be honest. Now this the pick I hate.
Yeah.
I was very calm about. I let my I went back and reviewed the tape on the first round pick because I didn't know him. But I know
Right.
this guy here, Drew Allar.
Not that good.
I know him. No, he fits the eye test. Like when you look at him and you see him in the physical, you're like, oh, 6'5". Oh, Josh Allen built. The
And not
problem
even
is,
close to
guess
Josh
what?
Allen talent.
He don't have the talent of Josh, and not just that. We have that prototype at the. Will Howard is the same way. Will Howard is literally the same guy. So we just drafted two of the same things.
I mean, I won't say they're the same guy.
I'm just talking about like height and weight wise, not like playing. Like I'm not even going to the field yet. I'm just talking about as far as height and weight. You basically just got the same guy twice because
Yeah.
Will Howard is not a little dude either. He's a bigger quarterback, and so is Drew Allar. Now onto the field. This dude is a fold king. If it's a clutch game and we need you, I've watched you all your career, all your college career. Fold, fold,
Right.
fold, fold. I'm
Meanwhile, Will Howard is holding national
national
championships.
championships. He got jewelry and was
But
clutch when they needed him to be clutch. I think people forget that about Will Howard. He was clutch when they
he
needed
was
him to
clutch
throw that
pretty much the
pass.
whole year. Like,
That's what
what
I'm
are we
saying.
talking about here?
Yep. You know what they did though with Will Howard? They held that Michigan game on him and they never let him let it go until
That's cool.
yeah, that was it. I said that was his worst game. I said okay.
CJ Stroud lost to Michigan too.
I was just about to say that people lose to Michigan, y'all. It happens, but guess what? He went on to win the national championship,
And Michigan went home.
and Michigan went home.
And
So
he
we
beat the team and the quarterback everyone had faith in, and who I'm not mistaken went number 8th overall in that same year.
yeah, yeah.
That says a lot,
So,
doesn't it?
so that's my point. Like to me, but it looks like they're going to be competing. Those two, looks like it's going to be a competition. Mike McCarthy, this is my thing though. I just don't like the conversation because Mike McCarthy, you talked all that. I believe in Will Howard stuff, right?
Yeah.
Only in the third round to draft, basically somebody who's probably your guy. That's probably his guy. I'm telling you. I know how the NFL works. It's a dirty game. They
I've
will
been
hype
saying
you up
that.
they will hype you up in public. But I promise you, when it get down to it, they got other plans always. That's why I try to tell people when you get the opportunity to seize it, you better go get it because the
That part.
NFL it means not for long. It don't stand for National Football Association. It stands for not for long. And Will Howard, you on the clock now, man. Now you're gonna have to play the best ball that you ever played in your life
Now,
because I
how he's going to
promise
play the
you,
best ball if you still continue to kiss the rear of a dude he sat behind?
hey, And hey, we're gonna touch on that in a little bit. We gonna touch on that in a little bit because that topic right there, I'm proud of my team for what they did with that. But just speaking on the Drew Aller and Drew Aller and Will Howard competition that's gonna gonna likely take place in minicamp to start out. So what's your thoughts on us picking him and the competition that looks like it's brewing?
Obviously, I think they did it for security reasons, the same
Mm-hmm.
reason why they drafted a tackle, but the pick is less valuable because the talent isn't as good as it was in the first round. Say what you want. Um, the same, and I find this hypocritical for a lot of Penn State fans who
Mm-hmm.
are Steeler fans because you grilled all the Pitt sport fans for Pitt football fans for hyping up Kenny Pickett,
Yep.
who, unlike Drew Allar, was actually in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're doing the same to Drew Allar.
Mm-hmm.
And how long did Drew Allar play in the NCAA? 4 or 5 years, same time frame as Kenny Pickett.
4 years.
And his stat number is not even as good. It's not. And Kenny's smaller with smaller hands and a less efficient football programming. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
With Will Howard, I don't even think it's a competition. If you're gonna do what I don't think you should do, which is bring Aaron Rodgers back, then obviously he should, without question, should at least be QB2. He's earned that right. You're not telling me this dude is better than that guy.
Yep.
College doesn't show it. Talent doesn't show it overall. Overall, what can Drew Allar do that Will Howard cannot do? He has the mobility. Unlike Drew Allar, I feel like Will Howard can take NFL tackles and hits. I feel like he can read defenses better. He's more clutch. And he has veteran presence and experience of sitting behind Aaron Rodgers and working sort of like with Ben Roethlisberger in the offseason, which something Drew Allar does not have. He's not one of these people who was in the Manning camp. So he really has no veteran NFL quarterbacks presence, while Will Howard is holding not one but two presence of two Hall of Famers.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you got to think about all of that.
Yeah. All that has to be a consideration. This was this was a pick that I was like, oh no.
It should have went later. It should have
Yeah,
went later.
I
I
feel the
think
same way. I feel like it should have went later too because
like
it was
yeah,
too early.
yeah, it was way too early. He was not. I don't feel like it should have went down the way it went down. I definitely agree with you there. I felt like Dalen Everett from Georgia was a better pick. I felt
Yeah.
like we should have went him after we went Jeremy Bernard. And I'm the first one to go on the record saying that right there, buddy, is still of the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, did you not see his college highlights?
I told everybody that I said, man,
Did you
it's
not see Georgia's defense last year, particularly that secondary?
yeah.
And
He
you
was
got
the
arguably the best
MVP.
player, arguably,
Yeah.
in the third round with the not with the 85th overall pick.
Very high value pick right there.
And people don't seem to understand this. Let me give you a fact. Heinz Ward was a third round pick. Lynn Swan was that round or later. So was John Starworth.
Antonio.
So Rocky Blair was undrafted. Franco Harris was drafted in the second round. So, a lot of guys that wear gold jackets for the Steelers were not first round draft picks. When we mention the greatest Steelers of all time, a lot of them are not first round draft picks. You say a B or Heinz Ward, it's a toss up between them two who's the greatest wide receiver all time statistically. Heinz Ward came in the third round or later. AB came in the sixth.
Sixth round. That
Only
shit's
one
crazy.
only one wide receiver was drafted in the first round in the past 25 years for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as far as my memory can go, and that's Antonio Holmes.
Yep. Super Bowl MVP too. Sure.
That's it. That's
Come on
it.
now.
Tone
Come on.
time.
Come on. Come on. Like that's the thing. When we do hit that receiver, we hit that receiver. That's why I said I wasn't worried about the Steelers at receiver because I
I
know
wasn't.
them. I know the scouting department. I know how they
And there
work.
was still
They're
talent
gonna
left.
find some. Yes, they're gonna
It
find
was just
somebody.
a state rival thing, and the
Yes,
fact
that's
that they
exactly what
just
it
did
is.
that in your home turf.
Yeah,
Like that's like somebody
that's
coming to take your
disrespectful.
cake at your party. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's what that's
yeah,
like. So I get it. I get the anger, but
yeah. That was
I,
that
I
was with
actually like this draft.
yeah. That was definitely gay to feel of Rick James stepping on your couch, grinding his shoes all in your white couch, and they gave that. I said, hold up. So I'm like, all right, Philly. All right, we playing that type of game. All
We'll
right,
get him.
Philly.
We'll
We'll
get
see
him.
you. Gotta see you.
We've seen
So
him this year in Philly, though. In
it,
Philly, somewhere we have not won
it's
since
telling me we don't gotta play him in
we've never
Philly.
seen the Steelers winning before.
I'm so sick of playing them. I'm like, when are they coming to Pittsburgh? Last
They
time they were
haven't
in
been
Pittsburgh,
since they haven't been since
2005. Rookie
2021.
was it 2021?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 5 years.
Jeez, it's been a
Ben's
minute. I
last
know
year was
that.
the last time they came to Pittsburgh.
Yep, I know it's been a minute because I'm like, when is Philly coming to Pittsburgh? I'm so sick of going to Philly.
But you know
We got to
what?
go to Philly. Yeah, Philly. I'm like, come on,
If
man.
I go to Philly, I think I'm gonna have a great feeling about our trip to Philly, and that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look, listen, and then the pick. To me, one of the picks of the draft.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, it is. I can't say his name. I think it's the tackle from Iowa with the mullet.
Iowa.
Is it the
Yes,
Gingy?
yes,
I can't say his
yes.
name right.
I
I gotta
know who
give
you're
him.
talking about.
I gotta
It's
give him a nickname or something.
Janice Dunker.
Yes, Janice Dunker. Oh my! If you drop an offensive lineman and Kelsey,
Yes,
matter of fact, and this isn't even my quote. Jason Kelsey, who's one of the greatest centers of all time, gold jacket guy, said this: if you're
true.
drawing up a lineman and you put him in a lab, you come out with this guy that we just drafted in the third round. This guy, oh, he nasty, and he wear a mullet, his teeth out. I love it. I told people that. I said I don't want my tackle to be able to speak great English. I want him to be very mean, very evil, because that's what lineman is about: being mean, taking a man and pushing a man back against his will. You need that kind of guy. And this kid here, oh, he start. I
Yeah.
already know he's a starter. And he
Oh
played
yeah.
guard too. He played guard too. Oh yeah, he's starting. Sam Malu gone. Oh yeah, you put him right. Yeah, yeah, let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Sam Malu gone, there's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. I thought that this is why also with the first round pick, I thought the Steelers was gonna let Dylan Cook, who had such a great close to last year, outside of that playoff game. And let me tell you this: wasn't nobody blocking Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter last year. So for y'all to
Right.
try to pile on that kid because he couldn't block two of the best pass rushers in the league, y'all are crazy. It's his first playoff game. He's a rookie. So
Right. Give him
let's
a break.
but
And
outside of that
I'm
game,
actually glad you brought up that playoff victory. I'm
yeah,
sorry to cut you off here,
you good.
but I'm glad you brought up that playoff victory because if that's the route we all trying to go or they trying to go, why are we kissing the ass of the quarterback who had four opportunities handed to him by his defense and couldn't
Couldn't
capitalize?
cash in on any of them. Couldn't cash in on any
If
of
it
them.
wasn't for having the best kicker in football, you understand you would have got shut out until
Yep,
garbage time.
yep.
You did not have a touchdown on the board or any points outside of that on the board off of four turnovers. Other
Defense,
than the Green Bay Packers, who he was also on at the
of
time,
course, it
for the
was.
record, that's the only team in the past 25 years who won the turnover battle and still lost the game, especially in that embarrassing fashion. So if
Yep.
you're gonna go in on a rookie so hard on a rookie for going against the best defense in the league, why not go in on the quarterback who should have known better and planned accordingly?
Hello. They didn't send no help over to the kid either. They didn't give him no help all day. I'm like, y'all, okay,
I'm just
let's
saying.
stop blaming him. He went against two of the best pass rushers that we have in this league, all pro
Period.
type of guys. So let's relax, okay? And like I said, that pick right there to me lets me know they're moving. I already know what they're gonna do. They're putting a rookie that we just drafted. They're putting the first round guy. They're putting him over on right tackle. They're gonna move Fatanu back to the left. I already know
As
what
they should.
that's what they're gonna
As
do
they
because
should.
Tanu was already a left tackle coming out of college, and so he
Yeah.
already was playing left tackle. He moved to the right because he can play the right tackle position too, and Broderick. being there. Well, I think if Broderick is out, I think that's what they're probably going to do. It sounds like to me that's what the Steelers is leaning into.
Right.
I did like this draft though from them. I really
I
did.
did. I
I was,
liked it. I
I
thought
was,
about it. I viewed it. I overviewed it again,
yeah,
and I like it.
yeah. Overall, as an overall class, yes, it's a yes for me. This is yes for
Right.
me overall class because I thought the Steelers did a really good job at getting guys and picks, value picks. Like they're getting guys, like high value guys, but you're getting them in the third, fourth round. Like I said, that guard that they got, man, this dude should have been drafted way higher.
Higher. Yeah.
Way
But a
higher.
lot of talent got overlooked. Like we just
Yeah,
had the Heisman Trophy nominee go undrafted, and now he's on the Baltimore Ravens.
that makes no sense. I don't get how
It
he does.
does when people ain't shopping for your position like that.
That's right.
Do
That's
you
right.
know that Drew Allar behind Ty Simpson is arguably the only quarterback that was drafted the highest out of the entire QB class?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And then Carson Beck got drafted as well to the Cardinals, which was
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a good pick for them, seeing
Right.
as they definitely need quarterbacks. So um overall though for the Steelers, man, I thought it was a good draft, but I'm proud of my Steelers. Let me tell you why. And now let's get into it. We're gonna talk about it. I'm proud of them. Because what they did today is they took the power back from Aaron Rodgers. They
Yes.
slapped him with a rare tender that very rarely gets used. They found it in the bylaws that says this: Hey, Aaron, you on the clock. If you're gonna sign somewhere else, you better do it before training camp because that's the
Right.
cutoff date. So before next, well, not next month, but in June, you better figure out what you're gonna do. You got time. Figure out what you're gonna do. If you're gonna sign somewhere else, we're gonna get picks and all that for it and everything else. If not,
Right.
can't do it. And the only team you can sign with is us or retire. So you got to make your damn mind up before training camp. And I think this gonna put pressure on the
They
on.
should have gave him. They should have gave him a shorter deadline. You already gave him to the draft.
I wish they would have. I think listen, the Steelers was looking for any loophole that they could find to make him make a decision.
They could
They
have pulled that card off before the draft. Honestly.
listen. I think that's what forced them to do it because they told him you got to the draft. We ain't doing none of that extra stuff. You got to the draft. Did you
Right.
notice right after the drafts happened, they slapped this thing? They talked to him, and he's playing games and said, "Oh, you want to play?
With
All
the
right,
wrong team at the wrong time.
you want to play? Let's go." Because now you're not gonna. Aaron's not gonna want to come back. This quarterback class room and at our team is loaded. We're good. We don't even need to get another quarterback. We don't need to invite another one. None of that. We got 3 on the roster already. We already got 3. We kind of set over here. So
Sort of. If
sort
Howard
of
stays healthy.
in a way, yeah. And that's the thing. Health
And they
wise.
could put Drew Outlaw in a position where he can at least be a game manager. But don't mention no Mason Rudolph. I washed my hands with that
Yeah,
guy
no,
after the
no.
Chicago game. He
Nah,
should be QB3 if that's the case.
I think this is what they're. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that or they're gonna trade him because I heard that they're open to trading Mason Rudolph too. But I'm glad the Steelers snatch back the
But
power.
who wants him?
Mason, it's weird because I think Mason's a good backup, but I just don't think he needs to start any games. I think if your quarterback gets hurt for like let's say for the third and fourth quarter, just put him out there in the game, get your team out of the game. He's fine to do that, but to start consistently, nah, we seen what it looked like. It's not. That's not what it is.
Right.
When it comes to Mason, but as far as the Steelers, man, I'm proud of y'all because y'all snatched the power back. He thought he had all the cards. He thought he could play any card he wanted. He thought
Think
he could
again.
wait, but you can't. You better make a decision before camp, or we're going to pigeonhole you to the point to where either retire or you be a Steeler.
Right.
I hope
Right.
the first option. Hope you retire because they're going to make the Steelers are making it impossible for him to do anything else. So that's why I said I'm cool with the Steelers making that move because to me, Aaron Rodgers has been a headache this whole offseason. Talking about him is exhausting, but pulling back your power and doing what you have to do nonetheless is the Steeler way. This is this,
Right.
this is a good thing for the Steeler regime right here. This is kudos to them. I will give them credit for this because at the end of the day, I thought y'all were just gonna let him just run the offseason. Because
Right. I thought they were about to get punked.
yeah, they was looking like it at first.
And they told me just like they told Aaron Rodgers, think again.
Think again. It's not happening. We're not gonna allow you to dictate and run our offseason again. You did that mess last year.
That part.
Yeah, we're not doing that this year. We got a new coaching staff, new regime. If you want to be here, you want to be here. If you don't, don't. You're not going to be able to just continue to do what you want to do whenever you want to do it.
Right.
That's my thoughts on that whole thing. Aaron, just going to retire, buddy. All the signs is pointing to retirement. All of them. All of them. They done drafted another quarterback. And I know
Right.
you don't when your team drafts a quarterback. I bet you they didn't consult you with that one.
That part. That part. And it's the thing is about this, right? I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over him.
Yeah.
Next. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
Yes.
I said what I had to say already.
That's right.
Over it, over him. Next.
That's right. That's right. That's how we all feel. I ain't gonna lie. We all feeling that. And the
All
good
of us with a brain.
facts. And the funny part is the Steelers said the same thing. We're over it now. Okay? We're gonna make sure that if you do try to sneak out and go somewhere, if you try to hold us hostage, you're gonna pay for it. That's basically what
Big
the Steelers
time.
is saying. The Steelers is saying if you can go somewhere else, that team gonna pay for your sins.
That part.
You come on, the Steelers told them several times. Make your decision. Do not drag this along.
Yeah.
Don't he don't
I
want to
mean,
live.
and this the thing. While they're saying, "Oh yeah, Ben, you need to retire because he made a decision back in 2021, right then and there, on whether he wanted to play or not." Here you are. Oh, he needs to retire. Why don't we keep that same energy for this guy? What is Aaron Rodgers going to do for this Steeler team that Ben Roethlisberger could not do back in 2021?
Mhm.
Because if I tell you right, if Ben Roethlisberger would have not missed a couple of games or two due to COVID, you understand that would have been an 11-5 football team with the worst offensive coordinator, arguably the worst wide receiving core because they had the most drops. Don't get me started on the offensive line; they don't even know each other names. Vice versa with the offensive coaches. That would have been an 11-5 football team led by a washed Big Ben. What are you gonna say?
There ain't nothing to say. Bring them back. Yeah.
But they'll tell you no, he's washed. Meanwhile, this guy gets to do whatever he wants because he's the great Aaron Rodgers. But guess what? That was the great Ben Roethlisberger who gave you 2 Super Bowls and 3 trips, and you threw him out like he's trash. He's arguably the reason why we didn't see below 500 record seasons. That was a guy who knew how to win.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you cannot give Ben Roethlisberger team multiple turnovers and think you're not going to pay for it. I don't give a crap if you are the number one defense in the league. And that's the thing. The release time was the quickest in the league because he knew how to get the ball out and put the ball where it needs to be. So it's
Yep.
overall clutchness, which Aaron Rodgers showed that he is losing. Why are we even just why? And that's pretty much where I'm leaving at. Because I said I was over this. I'm not going back on it. I'm not going back on it. Goodbye. Nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you. Have a great life. Because at the end of the day, we moved on and we don't need you at this point. You served your purpose. Thank you for your services. But we don't need you at this point. We
Did he
already
really serve his purposes?
well
We were supposed to win a playoff game.
playoff game, so you didn't really
We
never mind.
practically got shut out. That's the first time a
So,
Steelers team went
yeah.
into the playoffs without at least one touchdown before garbage time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, was it ever garbage time except for outside of the playoff game versus Kansas City? No.
Not in the playoffs, nah.
Maybe the AFC Championship versus the Patriots, but we're mentioning
Yeah, we
three
always
times,
yeah,
two
we
to
are.
three times, maybe like 2 times out of 20, nearly 20 years. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Ben, like I said, I always held Ben in high regards when it comes down to him versus a lot of these other quarterbacks. I say, give me my quarterback and let's roll the dice, let's roll out there. I need one drive to go get 7 or go get 3 or whatever.
He
Give me
would
my
have took the ball and ran it in.
yeah,
I
give me
thought
my
that's what AR was supposed to do with more mobility. How
yeah.
many times has he done it?
Oh no, you didn't see it. No, 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 no. You didn't see that a lot. Yeah, you
Like
ain't
I said, I'm over it. Next.
next. We got to go into the new generation of quarterback. Like we have to move on now. The new generation of quarterback, they are very mobile. Will Howard is very mobile. Uh,
And physical.
physical. Even Drew Aller is more mobile than you think. So I'm not even championing Drew Aller, but I'm just saying though, more mobile than what we had before. And I'm excited now because now I really think that if I had to give it a draft grade, I'm going to say an A minus because I love a lot of these picks because of where you got them at too. And I think that
Yes.
matters as well as you drafting the player that you wanted. And what I love that the Steelers did is whoever they had on their board, they took them when they felt they needed to take them, and
That
not
part.
when everybody else thought they needed to take them. And the Steelers have always been that way when it comes to the draft. So that was the consistent thing. I give it an A minus just
Yeah.
because of the Drew Aller situation, just because I really just don't believe in him. But he can
And
make me a
that's
liar.
right, right. And that's why I'm giving him a B to a B minus.
Yeah.
I felt like, first of all, picking him, period,
Period.
and
Yeah.
then picking him that high as if there wasn't other needs and better talent in those other needs available. That should have went later. But like I said, love Jeremy Bernard pick,
Correct.
love the Benny pick, love
Correct.
the tackle pick. I
Yes.
I like the other picks too. So I say a B.
Yeah.
B minus
Yeah.
at worst.
We got a lot of like I said, we got a lot of value picks in this draft, man. There was a lot of guys who wow, he not off the board yet? Oh get him. It was one of those
Right.
situations to where I'm looking at the Steelers and I'm happy that we really it's really this time we were really strategic. And I'm glad we did move up to get that receiver because Germ to me, he was very underrated, but he's the perfect slot guy for our team. That
Oh
physical,
yeah.
that physical nature, because we already got 2 physical beasts on the other sides. Now he matched that physical nature on top of the fact that he's a possession catcher. He can run routes, and the dude is just tough. Reminds me of Debo a little bit. He giving a Debo a little bit, just a little bit of
Yeah.
Debo, because I believe we can use him in some of those little formations where they toss the ball to deep. I can believe we can use him in some of those situations too because his body type. He can take the physicality of the NFL. He was at Alabama. He played in the
Right.
SEC, so he knows what physical football is, and so I love that pick a lot. But that
Yeah.
guard pick that we got from Iowa, that might be my favorite pick of the whole thing. That might be my
Right.
favorite pick because he has a mullet. I haven't seen a mullet in years. I just haven't seen a mullet in years. And
You
it's
and this mullet.
and it's red. It's a red mullet. I'm like, oh no, he's a football player. The way he was talking to us, oh, he can't speak. Great. Yes. I don't want him to be. I don't want my lineman to be this this intellectual. Da, 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 da. I don't need him to be that. I need you to be smash mouth, chew tobacco. I need you to do a lot. I need you to do that. I need you to be real dirty. And this kid is nasty. I looked at the film. He's nasty, man. He is. I watch how he play. He drive. When the whistle blows, you in the dirt.
Yeah.
So that might be my. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably my favorite pick out of this whole class.
I'll say behind Jeremy Bernard, my favorite pick would be Dalen Everett.
Yeah, I
He's a
like that
lockdown
too.
cornerback. We
Yes.
needed another guy just in case something happens to Joey or
Mhm.
James.
Yep.
And I think people forget that we actually signed him to a 1-2 year deal this offseason.
Yep.
So I'm very curious to see around Joey Porter Jr. how that cornerback room is going to play out. We
It
know
is.
that Ramsey and
Yeah.
Elliott are going to be the safeties. So I'm
Yeah.
actually looking forward to seeing how Deshaun Elliott's going to play in this
Yeah.
secondary.
Me too. Me too.
I,
And I think Jaquan Brisker too being there.
yes. Oh
And
my God, Jaquan, I'm so
yeah,
sorry. If you ever
like
see
yeah,
this, I'm sorry I forgot about you for a second.
yeah, we
You've
have,
done so much good things.
that's what I'm saying. We
You got
forget
to add up.
sure they add up. I add up. I just believe that, and then we got Darnell Savage who picks the ball. If
Yes.
we watch the Green Bay Packer game, he gets a lot of picks in a season, and so we are really deep are at the back foe positions. And so that secondary room is looking real scary hours. And look, we didn't even mention Asante Samuel Jr. We got him back.
No.
He had a couple picks this year. So I'm like, y'all, we might be cooking with hot grease now, man. And then
Yeah.
now, if we can just settle down on one of these quarterbacks.
Just don't deviate from what works
Yes.
and stick to the status quo.
And
Stick
you're
to
gonna be
what
able
you
to run
know.
the ball this year, y'all, really effectively.
And
You-
our offensive coordinator was actually the Vikings quarterback coach. So I'm looking forward to seeing with an offensive mind because he actually called some pretty good plays. I think what it was, JJ McCarthy just couldn't capitalize. I don't know whether it was the offensive mind
Yeah,
or whether it was whatever. So I'm curious to see now with all this talent what he's going to do his first year under Mike McCarthy.
it's all about scheme, man. It's all about scheme. And what I liked about McCarthy bringing him in specifically is that it's a new that scheme that he's running is the brand new scheme of now. You know that McVay, Kevin O'Connell, that tree right there. Those guys, that scheme that they run there is the new scheme of now. And so I want to see some innovation. I don't want to see no
Right.
stick plays. I want to see innovation. I want to see guys moved up, motion in the right direction, man. I'm telling you, because I'm not gonna lie to you. If one of these kids pop off and end up being one of those quarterbacks, now you can build around them because they're lower round picks. They're not first round picks. They're not first round picks, neither one of these guys. And if you hit on one of them, y'all gonna be in trouble because they're not gonna have to pay them, and they can just build. You can just
Yeah,
add.
they won't have to pay him until a hot minute. And I think what it is, we all know if Aaron Rodgers don't come back, who definitely should be the
Oh
quarterback.
yeah. We know.
And I just feel like if you protect him, he could be the franchise. Like I said, he's either going to put you in a predicament to either be your guy or he's going to put you in position to draft your guy. There's no in between at this point.
Yeah,
None.
I think they're not gonna draft a quarterback next year. I think we're at that point. It doesn't look
With
like
If Will Howard can be what I feel he can be,
yeah,
and the Steelers can elevate a system,
yeah.
because coaching matters,
It
right?
does.
So I
It
just feel like if they can do that, they'll be set. If
yes,
Will Howard can capitalize on the good things that they can do and will do or done, we'll be set. We won't need one.
yeah,
Something really tragic will have to happen for us to need one.
yep. And I feel like this, even if let's say Will Howard starts and he's not what we think he is, right?
Right.
I think they got a lot of faith in Drew Allar. I think they would roll with him next year. They wouldn't even draft they may draft one later in the draft, kind of like they did with him. But I just don't. I think they actually really do believe in Drew Allar. That
Right.
is it's screaming that to me because of where you drafted him at. You didn't have to draft him that high. You could have waited like you did with Will Howard and drafted him later on. This wasn't
Right.
a court. This
I
wasn't like it
think
was
the
a bunch of
Steelers, but
quarterbacks.
see, I think with Will Howard, looking back at that, I did not think, nor did they possibly think that he will be available that late in the draft.
No.
Because a lot of teams needed a quarterback
Yeah.
last year, yet a lot of you had the balls to pass on him.
Yeah. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because everybody thought going into this college football year that Archie, all these other guys were coming out.
Yeah.
This past draft. They was like, oh, we can just wait. Archie and all them will be out. We'll just go get them then. But the
No, they're
problem
not.
they
They're going to
did
be out next year, though. So,
got
like I
here.
said, he's either going to be the guy or put you in the predicament to draft him. That's pretty much it with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited now. I'm excited about the Steelers and the direction that we're going in, and I can actually see this team doing some damage. not just in the AFC North, but in the AFC.
Yeah,
So,
right now on paper, I say a 12-5 or 11-6 record. Lowest, the floor will be 10-7.
yep, Florida's 10-7. I'm so sick of the Florida. I'm ready to reach the ceiling. So I think this team right here, with the right, like I said, we got all the tools. The quarterback is really going to have a very easy job as far as weapons. You're going to have them all over the field. Anybody can get it done for you. Michael Pittman can have 150. DK can have 150. Even the rookie, come on, man. Pat Frymouth could go off for 100. Even Darnell Washington could go. Like, and then you got the running backs. I'm not even mentioning the running back room. You can lean on that. In that crazy offensive line that we finna have one of the dirtiest offensive lines in the league. I can't wait. I hope we punch somebody next. Let me stop. Just saying. I think we got one of those type of offensive lines. We're building. We're young. That's the good thing about our line. They're all young. All these guys are really young. All positions now. There's no Sayamalu that's there who's 36 or 35, whole age in the group. We don't even have that no more.
And he
Everybody,
was aging like fine wine, too. So,
yes. And so the good part is we got who we wanted to get when we wanted to get them. Any of your final thoughts before we get out of here?
overall, if you have not attended an NFL draft, I'll definitely recommend you going. 10 out of 10 experience. You won't regret it. Just have a lot of cash.
A lot of cash.
Yes, because there's gonna be some couple of things you might be interested in buying, but
Uh-huh.
as well, even if sometimes things don't go your way, have faith in your team that they know what they're doing, right?
That's
Because you could tell by my reaction from when they first drafted all the way now to now, I have a total different level of energy.
yeah.
But any thoughts before I sign off?
Well, you summed it up perfect. Believe in your team, watch them work, and buy Aaron Rodgers. Goodbye.
Preach. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for another incredible week of football. This is your host, Shay, with my fellow host, Kenny Galway, and we are signing out. This has been the Renegade Rundown.
Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.